Hi, I'm Bissong, your guy from Rising. It's been a while, you see, we've not really had time to talk about things we usually talk about. We talk about masculinity, yeah. This is Rising with Bissong. We talk about masculinity, we talk about money, we talk about style, we talk about dating. But today there's something that I really want to talk to you about, and it's about purpose. You see, we talk about purpose a lot, especially when men gather. We have this talk that be on your purpose, do not focus on women, and make sure you're all about your purpose, about getting what you want to get, getting the bag and stuff. Yeah, many people want to talk about purpose, and they usually talk about purpose being the thing that gives you money, especially the thing that at least that you're doing that makes you feed, that grows you up to a man who can have, that has the things, the easy things of life. And basically, we put purpose as your grind, your hustle. Yeah, but there's a lot more to purpose. For me, I believe purpose makes you attractive. It makes you super attractive to women. That's as a man, of course. And why does purpose make you attractive? Because when you've built your life focusing on your purpose, you have built a life around something that is meaningful. It usually radiates in the way you carry yourself, because one of the real reasons why many people do not have confidence is because they have not been able to achieve or they've not been able to express ability. They've not been able to achieve things in their life. They've not really been able to do things that they can be really proud of. So it oozes in the way they carry themselves. You can easily notice a kind of inferiority oozing from those kind of men. It's very easy. When you go to talk to a woman, they say that women are actually attracted more to ability, not really to wealth. But they only use wealth as a pointer to ability. So when they see that a man is rich, they assume, of course, that he has ability. For him to have been able to make this fortune, he has been able to put in some work, in some aspect of his life that has been able to let him or enable him to achieve this feat. And that is usually what women look at when they talk about ability. It's not really about the money, It's not really about the money. It's about, of course, ability. So I'm going to be looking at why being why achieving a lot, or why focusing on your purpose can make you a more attractive and a more rounded figure as a man. One of it is that purpose gives you a reason to wake up. And you know one thing, once you have conquered the rising, you have conquered the rest of the day. Once you can conquer the week, you can conquer the day. It's that simple. Because the truth is that one of the most difficult things for you to do is to wake up. That's one thing I've noticed. One of the most difficult things for you to do is to wake up. That point when you're trying to wake up and when you are trying to marry back to your bed and all of those kind of things, and then you're thinking of how you're going to stand up and start doing, that point where you stand up from your bed and begin to move your body, is a difficult point. And if you do it every day, you wake up on time, especially rising up early every day, maybe to work out or to do something, you'll find that it takes a lot of willpower to rise up in the morning. And one of the beautiful ways to make sure that you rise up in the morning and do the things you ought to do is you having a purpose. If I set up my goals for the next day, because I was on this group with a few friends. We had this 7-day manifestation of wealth where we had to abstain from sex, abstain from alcohol, abstain from some other vices, just to focus and basically on our purpose and build ourselves. And on that group, what we do is to share value. And one thing that was brought up recently was about waking up, and we try to look at how we can work on our waking up. And one thing that someone brought, which I actually take to heart, is that when you set your goals for the next day, I'm not saying a to-do list, I'm not saying when you set up the things you need to do the next day. I'm talking about when you set up your goals for the next day. A goal list is different from a to-do list. A to-do list could be, I would sweep the house, I would work out this time around, I would go to my shop, I will get this, I'll go to work, that is a to-do list. Now, an achievement list or a goal list is when you tell yourself, okay, today, I intend that by today I will have been done with a few chapters of so book. By today I will have known more about brand storytelling. By today I'll have known more about marketing. By the end of today, I want to have been able to have upped my push-ups to around 20 to 30 push-ups. You understand? It's not really about go and work out, no. It's about the very fact that today I'll have been able to put in at least 100. I'll have been able to put in like an hour of workout. That is goal. It is not really about the to-do list, about what the things you need to do. So I always say that when it comes to achieving things in a day, you can set up like 3 things you intend to achieve in a day. And make sure that all your day's activities is put around those 3 things, achieving those 3 things. So it's not basically about the fact that you have to have like a long list of to-do lists and you have to complete all of them. No, you could just have like 3 things that you need to achieve. So you can have different things you want to do in the day, but just make sure that you achieve these things. These things add up to your person and you're a better man by tomorrow. So usually let the goals be something that is sweet enough to drive you to wake up, and that's the most important thing. If the goals can drive you to want to wake up, then yes, you've started already. And the second reason why I feel purpose is very, very important, and why I think that it's a necessary thing for an attractive man, is we are filled up with a lot of things right now. We have too much information. There's too much distractions everywhere, and we are too gifted. Imagine I play the violin, I compose choral music, I write, I do storytelling, I market, I like to speak. There's a lot of things I can do. But if I want to do everything, I would die now. You can't do everything you can do. You choose that anything you intend to put your mind to do, you can actually do, you can actually achieve. The truth is that a human being can become anything he wants to be, but he cannot become everything. That's just the thing. So you can be anything you want to be, but you can't be everything. And that means you have to, at some point, streamline or pick out those things which are most important to your becoming as a man. So as a matter of fact, you need purpose to actually be able to let go of other distractions, because your purpose is not really what gives meaning to your life. You kind of use your life to give meaning to your purpose. Let me put it that way. Now, the thing is, when you choose a purpose, what you do is you intend to give your life to that thing. Your life is so precious, but you intend that this is what is going to get my life, because really your life is not yours. And one of the third reason I'm going to give for why purpose is very, very important is the very fact that it gives you an avenue to give. It's an avenue to give. The truth is that you never truly give anything. Anything you give basically comes back to you. So it's an avenue for you to actually give back to yourself. But the truth is that your life is not totally yours. So the only way you can actually even live your life and it is complete and full and whole is when you can give it. That's just it. I spoke to somebody and the person told me, he said, Emmanuel, the moment you discover that your life is not, or you were created not for yourself, that you were created to actually have an impact on other people, and you are created because people are waiting for the gifts that you have to show to the world, like that thing that is unique and special about you is being given to you to express it to other people. And one of the ways you can actually do this, and one of the ways you can actually be sure that you are doing this, is when you actually have a definite purpose. We have willpower, and willpower can finish. Willpower can really finish. Willpower is not infinite. It can finish. It can finish like when you have like a bottle of water, you drink half of it and then it's half, and you drink more and it gets finished. Yes, it's like fuel, you expend it. So as a matter of fact, willpower is something that you expend. So the willpower you have in a day, you have to be able to bottle it all up and give it to a particular definite purpose. And I think I am a clear example of not having purpose and you just dissipating all your energy in different directions. I have seen myself trying to do this, and trying to do that at the same time. And I find myself all locked up like, there is nothing, or I've not been able to achieve anything because I'm doing everything. So basically, that's what the purpose does for you. It gives you a reason to wake up. It gives you an avenue to give. It also helps you to be able to sieve out all the noise and focus. Because really, if you do not have a definite focus or a definite purpose, you find yourself floating around, and man, is really not a good thing for a man. So the truth is that once you have a purpose, you have something you're doing, you have some place you're always getting at, or something that you always wake up in the morning to think about and push for, you become a more attractive person. Do you know why? Because those things will take your time, one. And those things that take your time, you are really giving to them. And there's no how you give to these things, like I said, that they won't come back to you. So when you actually get to meet people, when people get to meet you, they actually see, as a matter of fact, by virtue of your expression, that you are a person who's actually giving impact to the world. And therefore, it means you're giving impact to yourself. People are seeing it. Women will actually notice that he doesn't spend all his time talking to me. He's busy with something, he's facing something, he's building something, he's becoming something. And that's one thing that is very, 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 very attractive. When people now get to have your time, they can value it more because you're giving your time to purpose. So when people now get to have your time, they can value the time that you actually get to create for them, because your time is not empty, of course, in the day. Your time is always occupied by something that is important. So personally, I've seen purpose as something that we need to be able to clarify, have a definite purpose. Like me, I have told myself that I am going to build a network of men who actually inspire and help other men. And I've been trying to do that by these content I create, which are men inclined, in quote. I've spent the past 2 years trying to create content in this regard on Twitter as Rising Man, and even in my daily life. I try to, as much as possible, to give whatever knowledge I can give, especially to men. And that's because I have seen that everyone is out there educating the girl child, educating the woman, doing a lot of things. No one is really talking about men. It's very easy for us to neglect men because men are very expendable in society. So every effort that is being put to make sure that we can give some kind of attention to men or to men's growth is very important, especially in this time in our society. We need more men who are focused. We need more men who can actually lead. You know, that is all that can save the society. Men that can actually lead. We are living in a pandemic whereby more men are being pushed away from having impact in their families. A lot of it is happening right now. Men being pushed away from being with their kids. A lot of those things are happening right now. And the only thing we can do is to make men aware of those things that plague them, or how best to position themselves as men that can have worth. You know, we need to give a level of worth to masculinity right now. There's a lot of lack of masculinity in our world right now. So yes, and that's one of the reasons why I took up this, and that's why I made it my life purpose, that every other thing I do would culminate in the idea that I'm making another man better. So I hope you watch this video and you are able to get one or two things from it. So I've spoken about purpose today, and from next week I'm still going to be talking about purpose, but I'm going to be bringing up different dimensions in purpose. So that's what's up. I would like you to subscribe to this channel. This is Wising Men TV, and this is Wising with Bissong. I want you to be very, very conversant. So stay wising.